I guess, how's the foot?
Feeling good. Obviously, we got a few more days. We got to rehab, and obviously, I'd love to play. And I guess we're fortunate enough to have the training staff that we do getting work on it.
When maybe a day later.
Yeah, it's quite a bit better. And again, hats off to the training staff for putting up with me in the training room and giving me the attention that I needed. So again, we gotta attack these next few days.
And just the last thing from me is that, knowing you and your competitive nature, I mean, I'm sure you believe if you can walk out on the field, then you can play. Is that a fair assessment?
That's a very fair assessment, yes.
And is that what you're going to be telling how much do you have to guard, though, against, how much do you feel you need to be out there on Sunday?
I think obviously I want whatever's best opportunity for our team to win the football game. But if I can go, I'm going to go.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.
Hey, Josh, it's Sal. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Sal.
Just take me through how everything happened at the end of the game, what you were feeling. Obviously, there's adrenaline going on. Going after that, how your foot felt, the 24, 48 hours, I guess, post game. If you kind of just run through the ups and downs, the emotions, how the pain was, the tolerance, things like that during the game as opposed to after the game, things like that.
Yeah, again, during the game, you're filled with adrenaline. But at the same time, again, whether it was hurting or not hurting or it was extremely painful or wasn't painful, again, I just want to do whatever is necessary to help our team win football games. And, again, that second half, we made some plays, didn't get the job done. And obviously the result is what we need to look at and need to work on. So, again, we're going to have a really good practice this week and put together a really good game plan against a really, really good Carolina defense because they're extremely fast. On tape, they look really well. They look really good. They've got some playmakers all around. They get to the quarterback extremely well. But, again, this is a high-effort, high-energy, fast-moving group that we got to be ready for.
And if I can, with Emmanuel possibly being out, could be an increased role for Gabe. It seems like he just makes plays when he's on the field, including that fourth down play. Can you walk us through that a little bit and how big that was for him to get you on that fourth down in the end of regulation?
Yeah, manned up backside. He runs a stop route in the ball. The momentum just kind of pulled him back behind the chains. And the fight for him to, one, catch the ball, turn his shoulder, and have the awareness that he's got to go get a couple more yards. It was unbelievable play, And, again, if we pull that victory out, that's the play that gets remembered of saving that game. Again, unfortunately, things happen, and we didn't get the result that we wanted. But to see him make that play through some of the adversity that he's been through this year, limited opportunities, one, it's good for his confidence, my confidence, but I think the coaching staff's confidence in him going forward. And, again, I've got the utmost confidence and respect and love for Gabe Davis for what he does each and every day, how hard he works, how humble he is, and the type of person that he is. So, again, increased role for him. I don't think he's going to flinch at all, and this is something that he wants and he's ready for.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks, Sal.
Hey, Josh. Bald Sal stole my thunder there. So this Sal wants to ask you about Gabe Davis. Do you look back? I know you can't change what's happened in the first 13 games, but as you maybe look back, do you wish as a quarterback that you maybe would have had Gabe more available in these games? Maybe if they had given him more opportunity, because like you said, all he does is seem to make plays. Do you look back and say, man, I wish we could have changed something here or there?
Hindsight's 2020 for sure. I wish I had all the playmakers on the field, so it's a good question. The answer is yes and no. Obviously, I trust whoever's on the field with us. But at the same time, Gabe has shown and given every reason to prove why he should be out on the field. And again, he just continues to make plays, and we're gonna need him through this next stretch, and he's gonna have to make a lot of plays for us. And again, I think it's an opportunity that he's excited for, but more importantly, that he's ready for.
Okay, thanks, Josh.
Thanks, Sal.
Hey, Josh, how you doing today?
Good to see you, Matt.
Yeah, good to see you too. How was the show last night?
It was good.
Good. Hey, everybody's talking about Gabe Davis, obviously, but this could also mean an increased role for Cole Beasley. And I know he does a lot of different things for the offense, but he was so much more involved, it felt like, in the second half of the Bucs game than in the first half. So I'm curious, just like what changed? Was it just, you needed to throw the ball somewhere, or was he doing something different that it made you more comfortable kind of looking his way?
1 second. Yeah, I think one, just talking to him at halftime and talking about just some urgency that we need. Again, I was going to look his way quite a bit with what they were doing on defense. He has opportunities, he got open, he got the ball, he made some rack. And again, that's just something that we're going to need going forward is one, guys getting open, me too, getting it to him, and three, making plays after the catch. So he's shown obviously that he can do that in this offense and in his career. And, I think really he's really fresh going into this last 4-game stretch that we have. So that's good to see. He's healthy. He was banged up earlier in the year, but, he's just a guy that's consistent. He knows where he's going to be, knows where he needs to be, and he makes the play more often than not.
From a philosophy standpoint, does anything change with Emmanuel likely not out there this Sunday?
I don't think so. Again, I hope he can play. It's in other people's hands. But again, just with the guys that we got, they got to step up. I got to step up, get the ball to the guys that are on the field with us, and we're going to make some plays.
Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it.
Hey, Josh, it's Kim Jones. I'm in your parking lot. Is there any chance you can hear me?
It's a little louder.
Can you hear me, Josh? It's Kim.
Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yes.
I love that you just did that. I love that. Josh, with the group of losses, all of which could have been wins, do you find a common thread that goes through all of them?
I mean, I think it's execution and situational football. Red zone, for example, we got to be better in that aspect. And again, there's a lot of shoulda, coulda, wouldas in our season this year. And if a couple plays go our way instead of the other way, talk might be a little different. But again, that's the ebbs and flows with the game of football. That's why we love it. That's why we play it. That's why we got to learn from it. And that's why we got to use it to our advantage in the next few weeks. Starting again Sunday with the Carolina Panthers, a really good defense that we got to be ready for. And we got to utilize everything we've learned in the past going forward. And it's only going to help us out, in my opinion.
Josh, if I may, I'm sorry to follow up, but I did have one, if I may. I remember watching last year, and there were times that you all started 5 wide and made it look really easy. Why hasn't it had that appearance for most of this season?
I mean, again, every team gets film. They see different things. The defensive side of the ball, they get paid too. But at the same time, we trust our guys, whoever we put out there. And I think obviously the emergence of Dawson Knox and how well he's played. Again, you go 5 wide, you got to take him out of the game. So there's a lot of moving parts that go with it that a lot of people don't realize in terms of being one-dimensional too. When you got 5 wide out there, you're typically going to pass the ball. So we got to be smart in that aspect. But again, if we get those types of situations where we do that, we got to go up there and execute.
Josh, thanks as always.
Thank you.
Hey, Josh, you touched on Cole Beasley when talking to Matt, particularly him playing through that injury a bit. I'm just curious, is there anything you learned out of him during that stretch of him still playing, but kind of fighting through that?
Yeah, I mean, again, he's a warrior. We've known that. You go back to last year during the playoffs, fighting through that leg injury that he had. He wants to be on the field. He wants to help his team in whatever way possible. And again, when he's out there and he's full health, he's extremely hard to stop in man-to-man situations, and in zone, he eats it up. He knows where he needs to be. He's extremely smart. He sees the field through the eyes of a quarterback. So again, to get him on the field and start getting him the ball more, obviously, I think that's it's only going to help us going forward.
And then I know your goal is obviously to play this weekend, but Sean did mention that Mitch would be getting some more reps probably today. So just, you've spoken so highly of Mitch. What did you see out of him and his preparation this week? Yeah, I mean, it's no different than any other week. He approaches it as if he's going to play every single week. I love the guy to death. He's awesome. He's an awesome teammate. Guys love him. Guys gravitate towards him. So, I can see why we went out and got him, and I'm just thankful we did. Thanks.
That's all we have time for. Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.